Hi, third grade. We're going to go pretty fast today, so get your pens ready, and we're going to get started. So up here in the top corner, it says, Tim puts 12 apples on the table. Rachel puts some apples on the table. Now there are 22 in all. How many apples did Rachel place on the table? There were 12. Rachel placed some, so that's a mystery number. That's when we use some sort of variable. I'm just using a box. And then it needs to equal 22 and we're done. You could set up the equation this way, or you could do a subtraction problem with 22 minus 12. But 12, then counting up to get to 22. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That would be 10 dots that I made. So it must be, net is not very clear, must be 10. So your answer to that was 10. She had 10 apples. A-P-P-L-E-S. The word apples is right in your equation, in your story problem, so you should have it spelled correctly. Moving over here to Andrew. Andrew puts 23 brownies on a platter. His classmates eat some brownies. Now there are 10 left. How many brownies did his classmates eat? There were 23. His friends eat some, mystery number. I like to use a box because then it gives me something to write in, but you could use a triangle, you could use, it really doesn't matter. And then when you're done, it needs to equal 10. So, 23 minus something equals 10. I know if I take 10 away, I'd get 13. So, how am I going to do this? Since I have, this would be a part, so we have 23 minus something equals 10. Well, I know 10 plus 10 is 20. That almost gets me to 23. So I would need 3 more to be able to get back to 23. If I add 10 and 13 back together, I get 23. So 23 minus 13 has got to be 10. Sorry for the technical error there. Okay, so your answer is 13. Over here it's 10. Your final answer of how many brownies did his classmates eat? 13 brownies. All right, right, even or odd? 32 ends with a 2. 2 is even, so it must be even. 51 ends with a 1, so it has to be odd. 70 ends with a 0. Zeros are even. When you have larger numbers, all you have to do is look in the ones place and make your decision. Partition the following rectangles, 2 rows and 5 columns. Rows go side to side, columns go up and down. So I'm going to go 2 rows. So I've got row 1 and row 2. Now I need to do columns, and I need 4 of them. So I like to start in the middle when I have an even number, and then I can work my way out. That way my pieces are a little bit more even when I'm finished. So I have 2 rows, 4 columns. It says skip count to find out how many little rectangles there are in all. So it would be 2, 4, 6, 8. What it's looking for here would be that equation like we talked about on the board. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, because you're skip counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, and it equals 8 when you're done. Scrolling back over here to expanded form. I saw a lot of these ones wrong, so think very hard. When you've got 852 and you pull out the 8, what's it worth? What's its value? It's worth 800. Pull off the 5. It's in the tens place, so that means it's worth 50. Pull off the 2. That one's just worth 2 because it's in the ones place. All right, this one, if you have 600s, 7 tens would be 670. Next one, 700s, 4 tens, 1 1. 741. Scrolling back over, finish the pattern. 23, 28, 33. I'm not seeing a pattern right away, so I want to see how they got from there to there. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It looks like they added 5. Let's see if that pattern continues. 28 to 33. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Yep, that's adding 5 again. So to get from here to here, I should add 5. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. You could keep going and add 5 and see if you get to 43. Add 5, see if you get to 48. All right, so next pattern, 41, 51, blank, blank, 81, 91. Well, it looks like they all end with 1. So 41, 51, 61, 71. It's adding 10 each time. Okay, 67, 167, 267, 367. Well, I see 67 repeating. And then I see 100, 200, 300, so it must be 467. Okay, going back over. I helped a lot of you out with this one before, so I'm going to go quickly through it. How do I use a number line to do this? There are 45 animals at the zoo that need to be fed. The zookeeper feeds 33 in the morning. How many animals are left to feed? So at first I want to find where my total number of animals, and that was 45. I'm going to mark 45 to remember that's my total. And then he's already fed 33. Now I see my number line doesn't have a 33 on it, and it's going to be in between these two here. So what I like to do is I like to draw my dots on here, or little sticks in between, in order to see where my spots are. So 30 to 35, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. All right, so where was 33? 31, 32, 33. That was 33 right there. So all of these animals from here to 33, it says, have already been fed. The zookeeper fed them. So they're done. These guys over here, this chunk, are still the hungry animals. So we need to feed them. So let's get ready to feed them. We're at 33, which is here. And then I want to get myself to a friendly number or a benchmark number, and I like to work with 5s. So 33, 34, 35. So far, that's 2 animals I had to feed to get myself to a benchmark. I need to get up to 45, so I can help by 5s. Feed 5 animals, feed 5 more animals. 5, 5. How many did I feed total? 5 plus 5 plus 2. There were 12 animals that needed to be fed. Okay, next one on a number line. This one's a little bit different, not too much. Jacob had a collection of 30 video games. He sold 8 in a yard sale and gave 2 to his friend. How many video games does he have now? So the total that he has is 30. I see I don't have an even 30 on my number line, so I need to find out where 30 is. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So my 30 was right about there. So I mark 30. This is his total for the video games. Now he's selling them in a yard sale. He's giving some more away. I talked to one of my friends earlier today, and he suggested taking this 8 and this 2 and adding them together, because he sells 8 and he gives away 2. That makes that he's actually giving away 10. So that was more of a friendly number to work with. So he said if he's at 30 and to take away 10, well, 30 minus 10, we know, is 20. Now we have to show that on a number line. 30 minus 10 gives us 20 because we went back 30 to 20. So this would be, oopsie, made a mistake, so sorry. All right, this would be a hop of 10 here that we just did. Okay, so showing this part on your number line on how you got from here to here would give you the credit that you needed, just like if you showed your hops from the zookeeper. All right, partition each rectangle below into halves. Remember we talked about that when you're doing any kind of fraction, it needs to be even pieces. So my first one, I'd go right down the middle this way. My second one, I'd go across that way. They're half and half. Complete subject. Circle it. The very noisy kids gave their parents a headache. Who are we talking about? We're talking about some very noisy kids. That's the complete subject because it describes them completely. Collecting shells is Amy's hobby. Is this complete or a fragment? So who are we talking about? Amanda. What is she doing? She's collecting shells. Do we have a who and a what? Yes, we do. So it's a complete sentence. All right, different. D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-T. H-O-M-E for home. U-P for up. Move. M-O-V-E. T-R-Y for try. K-I-N-D for kind. H-A-N-D for hand. P-I-C-T-U-R-E for picture. Again, A-G-A-I-N. Change. C-H-A-N-G-E. Now down here, these are your last sight words that were mixed up. So this word is the opposite of the end, or I'm done. So I need, here is the word. What is it? Began. Okay, the next one is what plants do. They grow. And the last one is a sight word you've known since kindergarten. Took. All right. Oopsie. I will rewrite. Okay. So, here are your answers. If you need to look them over again, feel free to rewind and get to a place if you need a redo.